some more of it. I try so hard, I can't rise above it. Don't know what it is about the Predators.
Did you follow that? If so, then you knew that those were the NHL referee ice hockey calls that are used on the ice. If you knew all of those, then we're wildly impressed, and you can go ahead and click the red X up here in the top of your screen. But make sure to come join us later in the week as Hockey Haps posts new blogs. If you didn't know what those were and they're unfamiliar to you, then hang out with us for a few more minutes as we demonstrate each of these plays and how these calls are used. See you there.
The signal used for boarding is this. Boarding is when one player checks another defenseless player against the glass.
The signal used for charging is this. Charging is when a player gets about 3 strides in before checking an opponent.
This is the hand signal for holding. Holding is when you impede another player whether or not they have the puck.
This is the hand signal for slashing. Slashing is the act of hitting a stick against another opponent whether or not contact is made.
The signal for cross-checking is this. Cross-checking is when you use the shaft of your stick with 2 hands to check an opponent.
The symbol for high sticking. High sticking is when you lift the stick above your opponent's shoulders.
This is the signal for hooking. Hooking is when you use the stick to restrain an opponent.
This is the signal for spearing. Spearing is when a player uses the stick in a stabbing motion towards the opponent, whether or not contact is made.
This is the symbol for icing. Icing is when the player crosses the blue line before the puck.
This is the signal for interference. Interference is when a player impedes another player who doesn't have the puck.
This is the signal for delay of game. Delay of game occurs when a player or goaltender intentionally shoots the puck out of the playing arena to delay the game.
This is the signal for elbowing. Elbowing is when a player extends their elbow to another player that may or may not cause harm.
This is the signal for kneeing. Kneeing is the act of a player extending their leg in order to make contact with another player.
This is the symbol for tripping. Tripping is when a player uses their stick or a body part in such a way that causes an opponent to trip or fall.
This is the symbol for unsportsmanlike conduct, not to be confused with timeout. Unsportsmanlike conduct is called after a fight, the use of inappropriate language, or going against a ref.
This is the signal for roughing. Roughing is when a player uses their hand or a fist in a punching motion towards another player's face or head.
This is the signal for washout. Washout is when a referee notes that there is no goal or no violation occurred and the play is to continue.
This is the signal for misconduct. Misconduct is when a player goes against an official, taunts an opponent, or shoots the puck after the whistle's blown.
Now that we've shown and demonstrated what each of these signals means, we're going to recap them with you one more time.
Boarding, charging, holding, slashing, cross-checking, high sticking, hooking, spearing, icing, interference, delay of game, elbowing, kneeing, tripping, unsportsmanlike conduct, roughing, washout,
misconduct. That concludes our video today. Thank you for watching and following along, and we hope that you learned something that you didn't know before.